Hi everyone. In the last video I explained the sort of geographic setting of Tso Kar Lake, which is this high altitude wetland in dryland that you can see behind us. What I didn't say was the real reason why I'm here, and that is because this is part two of a project with Dr. Manudev Singh, who is in the video this time. He was filming me in the last video. He's a Royal Society Newton International Fellow working with me on wetlands in the Indian drylands, and we're trying to understand their hydrological dynamics over the last few decades and look forward to the future to try and project what the future holds for these features. Anyway, we're here looking at this high altitude wetland in dryland because this is a follow-up to the work that we did back in February or March on the Indian plains. You may recall some of the videos we did for that, explaining the hydrological dynamics of features in the Thar deserts and surrounds. And in that particular setting, we found that most of the wetlands and drylands were diminishing in terms of water. The ones that were increasing seemed to be the ones that were being influenced by anthropogenic activities, such as overflow from canals coming into them or sewage effluent dispersing into them. This lake seems to be a little bit different. In times past, at the end of the last ice age, for instance, it would have held a significantly larger volume of water as the ice sheets and ice caps receded. But in recent decades, so basically the lake has shrunk somewhat compared to that epoch, which would have been 15 to 20,000 years ago. But in the last few decades, we've started to pick up a different trend. I'm going to ask Manu to explain what that trend is.
Hello. So usually what I'm seeing in other places when I am working on wetlands of drylands, that they are diminishing water wise or hydrologically they are diminishing. But when I started working on this land and this wetland, and I look at my time series algorithm, I found that this wetland is in general intensifying. Intensifying means it is getting more wet in recent years. So that was a bit puzzling, but we'll try to explain what's happening here. As Professor already described all the features around, and we have ice caps in, behind us, and these are the feeders of this wetland. And in recent times, because of warming, uh, this is what we think that this is getting more water in recent years. Ice caps are melting faster, and they are contributing to the enhanced hydrological status of this wetland.
So by recent years, you mean the last 30 or 40 years or so? Is that?
Yes. Yeah. So my time series run from 1990 till now. So last 35 years, about 35 years.
And this is Landsat imagery?
Landsat imagery. Yeah. And recent means last 5 to 7 years. Right. So within last 5 to 7 years, it has received more wetness, or it has encountered more wetness than it was encountering in 1990s.
Okay. So the water is there for longer during the year. We don't yet know whether that's what that means in terms of water depth, but there's certainly more water.
Yeah. So what my algorithm tells us is hydro period. Like every year, if it is getting wet, so say in recent year, out of 5 years, it is getting wet for 3 years or 4 years. In historical times, in 1990s, it was getting wet just for 2 years.
Okay.
So in recent time, it is getting more wet.
Okay.
So it is intensifying, but it has been persistent. Persistently, it was getting wet, but persistent plus intensifying. This is the current behavior of this wetland.
Looking forward to the future, the next 30, 40, 50 years and beyond, do we expect that intensifying wetness trend to continue, or do we expect something else to happen?
Well, the thing, according to the things that are happening right now, so glacier waters are melting faster and they are contributing to this wetland. But eventually what will happen, either those glaciers, the amount of glacier or the area of glacier will start reducing because of the global warming, and then the melt water contribution will start going down. So eventually we are right now we are seeing a peak or increasing wetness, but after some year or after some decade, it might go down.
Yeah.
So we'll have to consult the projections, climate projection data sets for this year to say anything confidently. But this could be happening. This could happen here. So this wetland might dry out.
Okay, well, keep watching this space and we'll try and provide some more answers to those outstanding questions.